What is going on, y'all? I'm Eric the Casual, and today I wanted to share a game with you guys that is very important to me. The Beginner's Guide is a game that came out in 2015, and it is more of a narrative experience slash walking simulator rather than a traditional game. So it's not going to be as exciting as the stuff we usually play when we're live, but it's a game that found me at a time in my life where I think I really, really needed it. So when this came out a decade ago, it was long before I had a PC. I was just a console gamer, um, and a friend recommended a Let's Play to me of this. And watching through that Let's Play helped get me through a really tough time in my life. And I'm hoping that a decade later I can share this kind of with a new audience that's maybe not so familiar with it. During this playthrough, I won't yap as much as I normally do, say on like a live stream or something like that. This game is a little bit more chill, a little bit more relaxed. So if you're here for something super exciting, this may not be for you, but I think that this game holds a lot of value. And I'm actually excited since I've never actually played it, just watched a Let's Play. I'm really excited to get a chance to play through it myself. And due to that time in my life being somewhat traumatic and hard to get through, I've actually forgotten a lot of that period of my life, and therefore I've forgotten some parts of this game. Not the overall story, but I'm excited to get through this and play it again for the first time, really. So I'm excited to have you guys here, and let's go ahead and get this game started. Simple controls are something that I like because I normally play on controller.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for
Okay.
Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's
Okay.
take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Oh. Warning. Whisper machine. Status active. Evacuate immediately. This is like Halo 1.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
It's kind of cool. I like it. Giving me the Halo 3, or not even Halo 3, Halo 1 vibes.
You can click to fire the gun.
Okay, cool. Take it. What is the Whisper machine? I love the corner lighting effects like that. Whoa! Okay, no elites coming after us, hopefully.
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly
Right.
there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately, we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin ship evacuation.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Whoa. This reminds me of like me messing around in Halo 3 Forge, man. When I was in high school, I had this dream of being a game developer. A bit short-lived, but playing games like platformers are what made me really want to, like Jak and
Apparently the
Daxter.
space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the Whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
I guess this is the engine room.
You there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the Whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
How's it giving me chills, man?
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Okay, the second time it's not as emotional, but I don't know why that was the first time. Could you? Whoa.
The beam causes you to start floating.
Oh, wow.
And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it, like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
I love the stars. The past was behind her.
Yep, in this game you can only walk backwards.
Okay. This is tough. Good news is I just got done walking backwards on the treadmill at
So
the
it's a short and
gym.
relatively minimalist experiment
future could not
combining
be
motion
seen.
and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
Why does the future keep changing? Okay. I mean, it's kind of genius. Art. When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. Oh, I missed that part. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront it?
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Oh, this is cool. It's like got eerie tones, but it almost gives me, reminds me of like Fable. You know? I love it. Like the older games were just so endearing. You are now entering. It's almost like Baldur's Gate-esque.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear
Okay.
just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting. Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Whoa.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
I love the sound of the wind. I don't know. The sound of wind is always so calming to me. Almost ethereal. Whoa. That's kind of creepy, and we're slowing down.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Okay. So we're not technically supposed to get here. Stand on an X at a bear for 3 hours. Given a medal. Sharks are trying to eat you. Simultaneously, you are trying to eat the sharks.
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games. Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Okay. Ready, set, fish. Big sucker for wood. Not so much for the parking garage aesthetic.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Do we? Okay. Clicking is how we enter it. Oh, spooky. So this is, okay, the room ends. I didn't know if it would be one of those endless ones. Wait. Hey, let's go.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon.
Okay.
We're gonna see it a lot.
See the 3 dots we saw in the space station. They look like a peep, like one of those marshmallow peep bunnies. Like their little face. I love the lighting effects though.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Okay. Oh my.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
It's a good question, man. Okay, we're back at my favorite level. I love the owls too. You're now exiting.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
So we're all the way up to March now. The Great and Lovely Descent. Whoa. That's pretty cool looking.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every
Please do.
video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Streetwise Fool. That's
To
a
make
cool
all
name.
of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors.
Oh.
That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Whoa. It's like Mirror's Edge or like, what's it, Super Hot? Can we jump? Okay. Spacebar's jump. Oh, I love some parkour, boys. Oh. It's funny, when I used to do parkour when I was younger, I was never scared of falling. Never even crossed my mind. I love heights. Love climbing. I just don't ever think about the drop. Oh, whew. Almost fell. Keep in mind, I am not experienced mouse and keyboard, so. But, oh no! No! Oh, okay, we're fine. No fall damage. Well, I'm sorry I let you guys down. I like this glass cylinder, though. That's cool. Is there any way in? No. This is cool. This reminds me of Mission Impossible 2, there's a big concrete structure in that end of that movie that's like this. Ooh, that static sounds a little scary. Okay. Oh. Okay.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Yeah, thanks, man. I don't want to sit in there. Oh, no.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
I kind of like Coda for that, man. This man Davy's just on his back, dude. Let him do his thing. You know how many times I started a project in photography or Photoshop back when I was doing my minor, and like it was never made to be done. It was just creating for the sake of it, you know? Got the dots again. I like this area though. It's cool. In the sky.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so
This fog
special
is
that Coda
neat.
is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
I love the music in this. I wonder if that was put in by Coda or if that's something Davey had added. Ooh, freaky. You there.
Here, Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities.
Okay.
Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Okay. You there. Did you come from up above? What was up there? Yes, there was a world stamped with whiteness. Yes, there was an enormous prison I spent hours in. Yes, there were these floating colored blocks. Yes, there is a world stamped with whiteness. That's the world above. You've been there? Now this is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming here. These heads are cool. Again, perfect. Now please tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how to get to the other side. I don't remember how I solved it. I'm trying to remember, but I can't. I didn't solve it. Someone else let me in. I mean, the first 2 don't really... Trust me, you don't want to go over there. Oh no, but I do. We do. We need to get there. Do you understand? It's the most important thing in the world. We have to escape this prison. There must be an ending. I promise you there's nothing I want more. Is that the end of the conversation? It's clever. I like that furnace. The crackling sounds of the fire, too. Hello, how did you get here? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through? Yes, do you want to know how to solve it? No, I've been right here this entire time. Yes, do you want to know how to solve it? No, we actually find the blank space between the doors to be far more interesting. Have you seen it yet? Actually, now that you mention it, I remember feeling strange as I passed through it. Don't think too hard about it. You'll see it again soon. It's a little ominous. This music is calming.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Oh, cool. Oh, this kind of reminds me of Outlast
It's a
2.
lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All the notes you see are left by other players. Nice room, not.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet.
Right.
All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy trying to get his attention.
Yeah.
I was over enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them.
Oh, but
Either
I
way,
need to.
To me, they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played. But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Man, this is like what it's like to be alone with my thoughts, since he wrote all of these. Boring. Can assure you, guarantee an acorn somewhere in this place, and the sailors are looking for it. Okay, it's around. I was gonna jump. Sorry, guys, we gotta read at least most of these. Yeah. Same. Refuse to believe. Always me. There's nothing here. Go back. Don't listen to that guy. It's like original millennial memes. Yeah, same. Door how open. Man, it's so funny to think about slang and memes back when they first came out. Wow. Could never be me. I would like very much to be desired. Don't we all? God. Suddenly everyone's a poet. Only the poets. This is where I get off. I am compelled. Proceeding further will only result in misery. Take my hand, let's jump together. Jeez. Not the cabbages. Avatar Last Airbender reference. It's a bunch of dots. Doesn't matter if you ever get over there. A very good game. Don't talk about me that way. Don't yell at me. Next time I will do better. I need someone to talk to. Don't listen to the other notes. I'm not safe. Today I learned you cannot fall off. Oh, you can't? Ethical. I'd say so. Saw a person walking down there and now it won't come back. Devil Tower Star. It's like JRPG stuff. Well done, all of you. Painting, what does it mean? What does it mean? Stop faking it. Art. Yes. Whoever made this has issues. Yeah, we all do. Hey guys, how's it going? Just hanging. I think it's about how things look messy from up close and perfect from far away. Fair. From up here, it just looks like dots. Cabbage shapes our nation yet again. It is the Cabbage Man. We will all die someday. It's true. Stop pretending you're other people. Doesn't mean anything. Devil Tower Star, yet again. He was himself the most horrible creature he could imagine. Maybe I'll feel real someday. Alright, I need a pick-me-up note after that one. Hope I'm trying to speak. Well, I'm here now. Yeah, we're all here now. There must be a reason for it, though. This terrible secret, he kept it well. I beat the game. More room? And you just lost the game.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was
Cut
making
it up and spread it between
And the
worlds.
puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
I've never told anyone. He cut it up and spread it between worlds is crazy. Wish there were nuts in the real world. His voices become one with the spiraling nonsense. Downward, keep
In
digging.
each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
It's one way to deal with things. Does this puzzle have a solution? For an hour. Help. Help. Dev.
And because there's this dark area
Mods?
between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just
Right.
for a moment. A few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back
not
and
so bad.
connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
It's the lamppost. Oh, this is crazy. Are you there? Please say something. It can be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please. Why are you having so much difficulty talking? Speak, 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 speak.
Okay,
Okay.
this one is tough. It's gonna kinda just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
I mean, it's simple graphics, but it's beautiful. I love the, like, the 90s and 80s fantasy vibes. It's like IKEA. Cool. Oh, I like those. That's neat. Man, this dude's really good at lighting, for a simple, like, early game dev. I really like those. He definitely went to an IKEA right before making this.
See, like, this is it.
We're in the well.
whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Okay, the furniture's gone. What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? About a TV with surround sound, a refrigerator, put a giant hole in the ground. If we're talking real furniture. Oh. Okay. Okay. What about the wall? Let's put a huge picture of a horse. I'd really like a washing machine, 10 stoves. I mean, let's just go horse because it's thematically correct. Okay. I think we should light up this room. Skylight, full ceiling window. Let's open this baby up. Recessed electric 6-inch soft LED ceiling lights, fluorescent trim. Well, live Tesla coils, obviously, since our answers don't seem to matter. I love lamp. We get a table. We have a table. Where exactly are you doing this from? I'm pretty sure none of my choices are making a difference. Yeah. Whoa.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
I mean, this is what it's like being in the warehouse of IKEA. At the very end, you know? When you're picking out your stuff to take home.
So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Okay. Hello, please walk forward. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Follow the instructions carefully. Take care that you remember each step. First, click the table. Okay. Good. Go over to the photo frame and click to turn it slightly. It's the 3 dots again. Now turn the floor lamp in this room off and then back on. Is this a floor lamp? Off. On. Now go to the left side sofa and move it. Finally, touch the shelves. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. Nice. Like the Tron music.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Oh. Okay.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the
Whoa.
outside and the outside is the inside. Let me
Nice.
just blink you real quick through
That's
a few more of
clever.
these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this, to see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop, that particular mechanism of defense
Right.
against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Okay. It's like Kyoto streets. I think the sound design is brilliant in this. And I know it's simple. I'm not a game dev, so what do I know? Hello? Who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. You're me. So you're trapped in the prison too?
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants.
Yep, I
is
was
to
in
be
the
able to
furniture
talk to
maze.
someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
That's where I am right now. I'm so glad that I get out eventually. What's it like to escape? Strange, but in a way I kind of miss being in the prison. Why? Was there anything that it... Being here sucks. True, maybe I only like things once I don't have them anymore. I do that too, I guess. Is that just how I'm going to be forever? I'd really like to change that. I think you'll find a way to change. But if you're me, then did you get a call from another version when you were trapped? Oh, I think that I'm the first person to call back. Can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come find you. What do I have to do? To get out, all you have to do is be sincere. That will free me? How does that work? It will make sense. Sincere about what? That is exactly what you need to figure out in order to escape.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah?
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
See, again with the wind and the brilliant sound design.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Okay. This house is dope. You had some more pine trees around. I would love this. I love the glass wall and the snow aesthetic. Oh no. It's this guy again. Oh my goodness. I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Thought I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself. And right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes.
You'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Don't worry about me. A place this nice, I'll be glad to stay here all night. No, you just might be getting a little ahead of yourself there, no? Why don't we start by cleaning and then you decide whether you could do it all night? I'll finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Now would you please run to the bedroom and make the bed? I'm a sucker for wooden furniture like this, man. I would kill to have a giant wooden table. Maybe that's my obsession with Viking longhouses. Speaking. Bathroom. That's a nice bathroom. It would be kind of freaky though, like having your bedroom with all these windows, right? Make the bed. That's satisfying. While you're in there, why don't you straighten the rug a bit? All the little details matter. It's still a little crooked. But hey, whatever you're into. Do you enjoy being asked? How'd you end up doing this job? A friend dragged me along at a time when I was particularly desperate for cash. Turns out I've never felt so good doing something for money in my whole life. Never did like cleaning my own home. I might have got some demons I ain't ready to face yet. Speaking of demons, someone's put this couch all in a mess. Would you come out and straighten these pillows here? So in college, I did work for a cleaning company, and man, especially in college, my place was so messy all the time. But I did enjoy it. It was like soothing and like healing to clean for this cleaning company and cleaning other people's houses. I didn't mind doing it. But doing it myself was awful. And then after work, I wouldn't want to do it at all. Because I was like, well, I just spent hours cleaning. I'm not going to clean my own place, even though I had the tools and the skills to do it, you know? Oh dear, looks like someone spilled a drink over by the couch. Maybe mop that up as long as you're over there. Feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? I like cheesy stuff. Make it especially cheesy. No. No, it was stupid. Sorry, never mind. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? Dishes might be my least favorite, though. They suck. Dishes and folding laundry. I don't mind doing laundry, but folding it after the fact? But man, it feels so good to have the dishes done and none in the sink. About scrub it down as best you can. No need to be perfect. We're all human. Oh, the tub. Sorry, I missed that line. God, I hate doing dishes. That was probably my biggest problem, was leaving dishes in the sink. I'd rinse them, but then they would just sit, pile up. Nice. I thought it was like a marble tub, but it was just the dirt. Books scattered on the floor of the bedroom? If so, would you put them back on the shelf? No need to be perfect, we're all just human. Organized shelves are nice. Perfect. Now then, would you come and clear these dishes off the table?
After the intense set of prison games,
What?
this house cleaning level almost feels like
I love this
cleansing.
music.
It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Do these chores ever end? Man, sometimes life can feel like that. Darling, let me tell you something. Whatever work you do, you have absolutely got to own it. Otherwise, it owns you. So why don't we be with the task at hand and leave the future chores to future you? Present you wants to smooth out the rug in the bedroom, believe it or
All
not.
of his work, actually, this
Trust
was the
me on
only
this
that
one.
He called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
That's awesome. Looks like the tub has gotten dirty. Not again. Scrubbing the pink rings out of the tub, though, is kind of crazy. What makes that? What causes it? I even remember like a Dr. Seuss book about the pink ring in the tub. Looks like a little face. Earlier when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it and it takes care of you. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. There's a bit of truth in it, no? I will say I feel amazing after having a clean house. Anyways, so, housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books. Would you please clean up the books? Thanks.
I'm glad he made this.
Music is
I'm
incredible.
glad he found some peace.
Would you go over and straighten them up a bit? I haven't seen these folks coming home to a messy couch. Oh goodness, those pillows over the couch are a real mess. Keep skipping lines. It's like too busy looking at the screen.
But, of course,
Question,
it
do you
can't
enjoy
last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave.
No.
The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Oh, that gives me chills. I mean, it's right. Love the sound of snow crunching under your shoes. Right after fresh snow, this quiet sound is incredible. It's It's my favorite sound to just go like stroll down like the middle of the street in a neighborhood right after a snow, like late at night, no one's out. You just have the street lights and then the muffled sound before everything gets slushy and gross the next day when everyone's driving around.
Which is the whole point of the
Lamppost.
puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move.
Mm-hmm.
I really thought that was the point of it.
We skip a couple months.
This one gets a bit goofy.
Oh no, not back in college. Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect. Ooh. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, what do you think about that way in your own life? Oh, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? I intend to make you that person. Perfection is within your grasp. The question is not how we do it, but how we do it effortlessly. This is easy. It's
About
so
halfway
easy.
through the game, the perspective shifts.
Being perfect is effortless. Whoa. That's dope looking.
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are.
I've never
Oh,
thought
and
about
also
what
you
this
can
would look
move around
like
the classroom now.
to be a professor. And the lamppost. This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? Told an elderly person to start contributing to society. Kids should not follow their dreams. Jesus. This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? Let me tell you right now. If it isn't effortless, then it's not the right answer. I still love you. It's just that you make me feel cold on the inside. Being alone must be awful. Thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. Drinking is not hurting my life. If you're torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right. Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. I'm developing a cyst. Gross. Story of my life. Seek out only one thing. What is the easiest, simple path forward? Ha ha ha, just kidding. Anyone want to do some ecstasy after this? There's no truth. There is no path. What if I'm not a good teacher? Holy shit, you guys, something is coming out of the back of the room. Look out. Do what is easiest. Do what is simplest. Feel what is true. It's coming for you. It's going to destroy you. Everyone run, run. Nothing. No one.
I fell pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable
Perfection, perfection,
experiences
perfection.
that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days. This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Even the footsteps sound good in this. Whoa. Tall. Jesus. I don't know why that scared me so bad. That was so loud. Alright, the performance is beginning. Places, places. In this scene, you'll be playing as me. We're at a gathering of professionals. First, you'll start leaning against this wall. Good, stay right there. The woman across the room is in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It is your dream to photograph animals professionally. It's your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Where's the bathroom? Me right now. Hello. Hello, that's it? That's not a conversation. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. I'm super, super scared right now. I like you. Here are all my hopes and dreams. No. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent people nearby. Now talk to her again. I won't touch it. Oh. Like the sound. Oh. That's what it's like to navigate a room full of people you don't know. You know what I mean? You go like your friend invites you to something, but it's all people you don't know. You feel weird about it. Oh. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. You must have really worked really hard to get where you are. I'll bet you've learned to lean into the pain. What are some sacrifices you've had to make? You're messing it all up again. You'll figure out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Oh, my cones. Like to the lamppost? Oh. Okay. Okay, yes, now this is working. This is what it was like.
Of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Wow. Mobius strip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Is this a spaceship again? Yeah, I'm not keeping my eyes closed. Why'd I go blind? I can't see. Can't die like this. The vision suddenly went black. Are we going to crash? There's this giant door, and then my vision went black. Help, I'm blind. I can't see anything. What is going on? You do something? Can you fix this? We're all going to crash. Please, someone talk to me. Please tell me how to solve this. Please don't let this be forever. Captain, what do we do?
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Please, someone talk to me. Please tell me how to solve this. Please? We're going to be killed by the giant door? Yeah, we're going to be. What is going on? Can't die like this. Please someone talk to me. Tell me how to solve this. This elevator ticket? Truth. The only way to stop it is to speak something that is honest. I'm bursting with creative energy. I can't keep making these. My work is always fun. I can't keep making these. Yes, that's it. That's the truth. I got chills. I don't feel it anymore. I'm
Like I
out of
said, I was
ideas.
getting
It's
concerned.
draining me.
First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from?
I'm out of ideas.
But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like,
I haven't
you
been
know how
honest.
sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
I'm stuck in it. We're going to be okay.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Okay. Hello? Where am I? What is this? Where am I? Whoa. It's pretty. This is like the path from before you're entering. Where did this island come from? It's like calming and jarring music at the same time when it restarts. Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. I have nothing left to give to my work. When I try to create, I feel empty. I'm completely out of ideas. I feel empty. Oh no. What's happened? Did something change? There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me, to start it again. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. I need to see it. I don't know why it stopped. I can take you to it,
If the
but
last
there's a
game
problem.
featured Coda talking explicitly about
Started by
his
a difficult
creative
puzzle.
frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
If you can help me solve the puzzle, we'll find the machine. Deal? Deal. Ah, it's beautiful. Love Tory Gates. Perfect. Come along. I'll show it to you.
Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
First, you have to open the door. Now just press the switch here. I like the white space now too.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You
It does
can't
not.
be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
I need to see it to know why it stopped. Oh, the crying, man. There's a machine here. These are just words on some walls. Trust me, you'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Okay, making games is simple. Oh, that feels wonderful. God, I feel so awful when I said that. Don't worry about it, just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. I'm constantly excited and enthusiastic about my work. Yes, that's wonderful. Keep going.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
Just never stop creating and you'll never feel bad. Perfect. That
This
feels
is someone
fantastic.
I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
I'm gonna vomit. Patience. You have to trust me. I promise this will work. Please, continue. It always pays off eventually. Yes. More. Keep
I don't know.
going.
This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more
There's
than
no shame,
anything.
no fear, no guilt.
I never
I
felt
will
so
be
rotten.
saved by my
I
work.
just- I needed more than I had ever needed anything
Incredible.
for this to stop.
That's it. I'm free. I'm free.
But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
The machine. Man, I'm glad to see you arrived safely. You've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you'd like. I tend to be quick. Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing that you should know about the machine. It calls itself Coda. No questions at this time?
And of course, it's the machine.
You stopped. You stopped feeding us. Your work was keeping us alive. Your work was keeping us healthy. Those people out there, can you imagine what pain you've put them through? This is only because of your creations that any of us could make it through every day. How could we possibly go back to trusting you to do your job? So here's what needs to happen. You need to go to the people who are out there and apologize to them. You have to admit the people that you've allowed them to suffer. I've been so alone. Apologize for leaving me. No, nothing. Think carefully. I know how to hurt you. I've seen the thing you fear. All right then. I will apologize to the people on your behalf. Modern Warfare 2. My followers, my friends. Falls on me to deliver bad news. The machine will not apologize to us. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. Let us show it that we are not failures. Follow me, we will destroy everything that the machine has created.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
This is messed up, man. Oh.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Put down your weapon.
can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something, I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
It's the Devil Star Tower from before.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game. This room actually has a maze in it.
Oh, Jesus.
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Okay. I'm feeling things, boys. And I don't know what
And
I'm
to be
feeling.
fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
See, it's kind of whack, man. Like, he's been deciding the message of Coda's games.
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Selfish, man. But I mean, like, I get it. Been there.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
Thanks, man.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
3 dots.
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up? I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Dear Davey, thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
I wonder at times whether you think I'm making these games for you. You've so infected my personal space.
The people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, it was... I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
You so infected my personal space that it's possible I did begin to plant solutions in my work somewhere, hidden between games. If there was an answer, a meaning, would it make you any happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? Give them something that is not yours to give, violating the one boundary that keeps me safe? Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them? He said Coda was fixated on the lampposts.
And then you
simply
stopped.
let them be what they
And
are.
I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
When I am around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something, and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet, which is fine. You're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks, that you make peace with this thing you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
When you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay. More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease. Solution. I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons. Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you. if I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like. What now?
It's very easy to project your own problems onto other people and help them solve them when
I
you can't
think
solve
I
them
need to
yourself.
go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
I know how Davy feels, man. The only one that can solve your problems and get you through them is you. And you can make it through anything. Trust me, I know. Could you do it to save us all? My God. It's beautiful. Well, sorry, that was a little heavy. Um, I feel like it's making me forget what I was gonna say at the end, but that was the beginner's guide. Um, I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I want to thank you all for going on this journey with me and experiencing this with me. Yeah, yeah, that's a thank you all so much. I've been Eric the Casual, and I really appreciate you guys. I love you all. Be kind to yourselves, and you can make it through anything, I promise. Peace out, guys. Catch you on the next one.